Thank you for joining Women at Woodstock Talk. I'm Vorhees Baker, the founder of Women at Woodstock, and I have with me today a really special guest, Angela Mason, who is the Director of Development for the Women's Earth Alliance. Thank you for joining us, Angela.
It's a pleasure, Anne. I'm looking forward to the conference very much.
I know you have an incredible background, and we have just a few moments, so can we just start by having you tell our viewers, what is your background and how did you come to be at the Women's Earth Alliance?
Well, as you can probably tell by my funny accent, when I arrived into San Francisco, the Bay Area, 34 years ago, I didn't come from Texas. I came flying in from London, where I had been a professional actress, and I came to California to learn how to speak American, so I could go back to London and continue acting, only with an American dialect. Well, you can see how well I've done. My life found me in California all these many years. I didn't realize how well Americans just love British people. So I made my home here. I fell in love with a place, with a way of life, with a fella, and I stayed. Initially, I went into the business world after my theatre career as an executive recruiter. But one night in 1990, I suppose at the pinnacle of my career in business, I watched a program on 2020 about Romanian orphans. And I had an epiphany. I had a moment in time where I realized that what I really wanted to do was be a voice for people and kids in particular who were suffering in the world. That led me to starting my own organization for children in Eastern Europe, then to one of the largest children's charities in the world, where I dwelt for 20 years, traveling to more than 80 countries. And at the end of the 20 years, I wanted to do something entrepreneurial, and I've always been a risk taker. So at 59 years young, I decided to retire from the huge children's charity that I was part of and go to a small entrepreneurial organization run solely by women, for women and their families around the world. And that's how Women's Earth Alliance and I found each other.
That's wonderful. And now we can name the prior organization, can we not?
We surely can. I was with the very, very well-known and prestigious World Vision International for 20 years. And as I said, it took me to places like Afghanistan, Congo, Bosnia during the war, Papua New Guinea. I was all over the place, Peru. And it was meaningful years where I was able to sit down with women and their families all over the world and listen to find out just exactly what is impacting women on the front lines of poverty, lack of education, no health care, sometimes not even clean water or any sanitation. So when I joined Women's Earth Alliance this year, I was delighted to be with this crack team of women who were recently voted by the Huffington Post as one of our top 50 organizations to watch out for in the US.
I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
Yes, so we've had a lot of praise and attention because of that. But what we're doing at Women's Earth Alliance, which is headquartered right here in Berkeley, where I am, is to connect with grassroots groups led by women in countries such as Nepal and India and Kenya and Uganda and soon in South America, where women are facing everyday challenges, clean water to drink or being able to grow food and feed their families. And you know, these days, Anne, women no longer just want to be check writers. They want to participate. They want to be activists, or as I say, big mouths, because that's what I am. They want to share experiences. They want to be connected with women, because we're now a big global village. It's not just us in America and those women there in Africa. It's us. And so I'm excited to be a catalyst, if you will, a transfer of enthusiasm for how we women here in America can really connect and actually make friends with women in places where you would think there was nothing good happening, and certainly friendship might be the last thing on our minds.
And that's exactly what you're going to be talking about on our workshop on our second day at Women at Woodstock, which is the Friendship and Intimacy Workshop. And I'm so excited about having you there, because you're not just going to be talking about every woman should have woman friends and what it does for us, all of which are very important aspects of that issue. But you're going to be talking about, as I understand it, making friendships with women across cultural boundaries, geographical boundaries, differences in language, differences in religion. And that's what you've been doing for all these years, is making friends with women who are, I guess one would say, the most unlikely friendships one might have had, given where you came from and the life that you've lived. But that's what you have been doing, is friending women everywhere. And now, I guess, with the Women's Earth Alliance, this can be done thanks to the internet much more broadly, much more effectively and efficiently. And as you say, we're becoming a global village. So what will you be talking about in the workshop with regard to friendships across all those boundaries?
Well, it's amazing. You don't have to speak Swahili or Polish or Russian or any other language if you have the language of laughter. And somebody said the shortest distance between two people is laughter. And I have been blessed, really, that I've been able to sit down and visit with women through wonderful interpreters who somehow manage to copy my style and laugh at the right moments and really connect with women who are hungry to talk and to share. And I'm going to be telling stories about some of the remarkable women I met in what we would think were impossible places. A friend of mine sent me a greetings card recently, and it said, a good friend is like a good bra, hard to find, supportive, comfortable, always lifts you up, makes you look better, and always close to your heart. And I've sat with women who it would be a luxury to have a bra. I remember a couple of years ago, I asked my friend and my colleague in Congo, what should I bring the women that we were going to be meeting with? And she said, bring bras. Gently used, brand new, it doesn't matter. Just bring pretty bras. And it took me back to when I visited Bosnia during the war in the winter of 1994. And that was another thing. What do you take women who've lost everything? Well, you take them lovely underwear. And I packed my suitcase with bras and panties and chocolate. And I trudged into Bosnia, hitchhiking a lift with the UN troops to sit down with women and really connect. And there I met an astonishing group of women who were friends with each other under the most devastating circumstances. And then I made friends with them. So I'm going to be telling that story about women's underwear, war, and Bosnia.
And chocolate.
And chocolate. We must never forget chocolate. It's true. One can truly make friends no matter where we sit in the world. And what's revolutionized people connecting is the simple cell phone. People may not have clean water in some parts of Africa, but they have a cell phone. And that has just changed the way the world connects with each other.
Hasn't it? Especially with the advent of the smartphone. More people are getting online in the world today on smartphones and mobile devices than with laptops and desktop computers. And that's where all the power of communication lies. It's so exciting. So exciting. Angela, I know we're out of our time because we had just until 12 and your clock reminded us that it is 12 here. And I cannot wait to hear the story that you just related and the others that you're going to share about the women that you've known and met all around the world. And I can't wait to see you on Tuesday morning at the Friendship and Intimacy Workshop at Women at Woodstock West in Berkeley.
Thank you, Anne. I'm looking forward to it. And I always say when one woman tells another woman about something good, whether that's a story, a good bra, a great book, or a movie, 1 and 1 is no longer 2, it's 11.
That's fantastic. Well, you've cut out, so I'll just say goodbye. Thank you for joining us, Women at Woodstock. And please consider joining us at Women at Woodstock West in Berkeley in July, or Women at Woodstock East in Woodstock, New York in October. You can find out more at womenatwoodstock.com. Thanks for joining us.